Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Recha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And today we're going to go into the book of Deuteronomy, the 10th chapter. At that time, the Lord Yahweh said unto me, Hew thee 2 tables of stone, like unto the first, and come up unto me into the mount, and make thee an ark of wood. And I will write on the tables the words that were in the first tables, which thou breakest, and thou shalt put them in the ark. And I made an ark of shittim wood, and hewed 2 tables of stone like unto the first, and went up into the mount, having the 2 tables in mine hand. And he wrote on the tables, according to the first writing, the 10 commandments, which the Lord spake unto you in the mount, out of the midst of the fire, in the day of the assembly, and the Lord gave them unto me. And I turned myself and came down from the mount, and put the tables in the ark which I had made. And there they are, as the Lord commanded me. That is the ark of the covenant, or the ark of the testimony. And the children of Israel took their journey from Beeroth of the children of Jaachan, which are the inhabitants of the people around that region there, to Moserah, where Aaron died. And that Moserah was a place nearby Mount Hor, where Aaron ended up going up to and dying. And there he was buried, and Eleazar his son ministered in the priest's office in his stead. From thence they journeyed on to Gudgodah, and from Gudgodah to Jotbath, a land of rivers of waters. At that time the Lord separated the tribe of Levi to bear the ark of the covenant of the Lord, to stand before the Lord, to minister unto him, and to bless in his name unto this day. Wherefore Levi hath no part nor inheritance with his brethren, that is, no land, like the rest of the tribes. The Lord is his inheritance, according as the Lord thy God promised him. And I stayed in the mount, according to the first time, 40 days and 40 nights. So Moses is recounting, going back to when he went up to back up to the mountain the second time. And the Lord hearkened unto me at that time also, and the Lord would not destroy thee. So he was able to convince the Lord to have mercy and not destroy Israel. And the Lord said unto me, Arise. So this is him recounting. This isn't saying that this happened again, after Aaron died and all that. No, he's just recounting the second time he went up to that mountain again. And the Lord said unto me, Arise, take thy journey before the people, that they may go in and possess the land, which I swear unto thy father or their fathers to give unto them. So, later on, right, years later, eventually the Lord said to Moses, all right, you guys have journeyed enough. It's time to go in and take that land. And now, Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul. All right, so all the Lord requires of you is that you fear him, okay, and then you follow his ways. Right, with all your heart and with all your soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good. Behold, the heaven and the heaven of heavens is the Lord's, thy God, the earth also with all that is, or that therein is. Only the Lord had a delight in thy fathers to love them, and he chose their seed after them, even you, above all people, as it is this day. Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart, meaning your mind, and be no more stiff-necked. So circumcising the foreskin of your heart, meaning make your minds clean, right? Make your minds holy in following the ways of the Lord, right? And occupying it in the laws of the Lord, the things that will make you sanctified, and don't be disobedient. For the Lord your God is God of gods and Lord of lords, a great God, a mighty and terrible, which regardeth not persons, nor taketh reward. So he doesn't fear anybody, right? He's not he's not gonna I was afraid of what such and such would say, so I didn't do this or I did that. That's regarding persons. He doesn't care what your status, rank, gender. He doesn't care what it is. He does what he wants. Hence, he's the Most High. Nor taketh reward. You can't bribe the Most High. He doth execute the judgment of the fatherless and widow, and loveth the stranger, in giving him food and raiment. And this is saying that the Lord executing the judgment, meaning he exacts justice for the fatherless and the widow, which are those that would be looked at as of a lesser class in society, and the stranger being foreigners, them as well, because they, having, say, not been born in the land, Israelites that is, and coming into the land, they may not have as much resources, or be looked at in the same light or rank or so on as or class, I should say, of one that was born in the land. So these that were looked at more so as the lower in society, the Lord exacts justice for them, and giving him food and raiment. Love ye therefore the stranger, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. This stranger, once again, is talking about, which when you go into that word is garb, but you also have to be careful because the context matters, right? And this is really dealing with those of your people that just weren't born in the land, that come to sojourn there with you, right? And the Lord is saying that because you at one point were strangers in the land of Egypt, right? You went to dwell in a foreign land that wasn't yours. Thou shalt fear the Lord thy God, him shalt thou serve, and to him shalt thou cleave, and swear by his name. So you gotta basically be all about the Lord. He is thy praise, he is thy God, and that hath done for thee these great and terrible things which thine eyes have seen. And terrible doesn't mean in a bad sense. It just means things so powerful and miraculous that people are in awe or fear at. Thy fathers went down into Egypt with 70 persons, that's 70 people. And now the Lord thy God hath made thee as the stars of heaven for multitude, meaning you become innumerable. That's why he also mentioned the Lord didn't set his love upon you because you were the largest. In fact, you were the fewest. And that brings us to the end of the book of Deuteronomy, the 10th chapter. Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Recha Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.